Hey guys, and welcome to the official AFK Arena YouTube channel. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the best early game units and teams that you can piece together. We're going to be taking a look at it in three different sections of heroes. You've got your tanks first up, which are going to be, just your big tanky heroes that are going to sit in the front row, soak up all the damage and hopefully support your team. We're going to then also have support units, which are going to be the ones that are going to help sort of heal your team and CC the enemies and buff your team. And then we're going to be going through damage dealers, which are going to be the ones that are going to deal most of the damage and carry your way through the early game. Without going too in depth, some heroes you want to keep an eye out for tanks: Lucius, just for his shields and healing, and also Brutus for his immunity to damage and also some decent damage dealing himself. For supports, we have Rowan for not only healing, but also crowd control, for attack buff, for energy regeneration for his team. Then we have Tassie for basically really good crowd control. She has a banish, she has a sleep that does the entire enemy team. Leica for a haste buff at the start of the battle and an energy boost for your whole team to really get you attacking faster. And then we also have Arden, also from the Wilders. He's only a legendary tier hero, but he's fantastic. He has these entangling roots that are going to entangle up to 3 enemies depending on his level, which is absolutely fantastic. For damage dealers, you can make just about any damage dealer work in your team, but we're going to shoot a few quick ones off. First one being Wukong. We all get a free copy of him at the start of the game. Really nice, turns into clones and deals some massive damage. We have Chimera, who in my opinion is the best early to mid game damage dealer. She deals massive damage to all enemies, but also heals herself at the same time. You have things like Belinda for really close range burst damage. Then you have something like Savius from the legendary tier, who's going to deal really heavy single target damage and also self-sustain really well. And then also Muriel, who's going to stand in the back, middle, and deal massive damage with her ultimate, which is a massive phoenix. Now we're going to go ahead and look at team compositions using those heroes we mentioned earlier. The first thing I want to mention is normally in a team you're going to want to have one main damage dealer, and then basically the rest be tanks and supports. Now the damage dealer normally wants to be leveled above the rest of your team. As you can see on my team here, I have Muriel as my main damage dealer. Then I have the rest of my team at 120 while she is at 140. To the left of her, I have the Chimera here and I have the Rowan. Those are mercenaries from a friend, so that's where they are. So if you do get stuck on a stage, don't be afraid to go ahead and borrow a mercenary from a friend, but that's just the basic guidelines. You want one damage dealer leveled above the rest of the team, and then the rest of the team being tanks and supports. So the first team I want to look at is going to be the Chimera Lucius front row with the Wilder support back row. Now, the way we have this is, once again, you'll want your Chimera as your main damage dealer, so she'll be leveled above the rest of your allies, meaning that she can go in that front row position due to the fact that she has higher stats just because of her level. So that's the Chimera that you're going to want to put in the front row, next to a Lucius in the front row, just because he is, in my opinion, the best tank. Now, you can also take Lucius out of this formation and put a Brutus in there. Brutus works better on some stages, but in general, Lucius is going to be the better option just because of his shields and just basically the whole team support that he provides. Against really heavy damage dealers, you may want to put a Brutus in here just so he can get that 4 seconds of immunity and let your team start rolling. But besides that, we have the back row of the Wilder support team. So obviously in the middle we have that Leica, who's going to bring that haste buff and the energy regeneration at the start of battle, which is very, very key in a lot of fights. And then we're going to have the Arden, who's going to put his entangling roots up consistently throughout the battle, and then also Tassie, who's going to be banishing someone throughout the battle, but then also if she does get her ultimate off, it's going to sleep the team. So the basic principle behind this team is you get your survival with the Lucius, damage with the Chimera, and then you have just an absolute bunch of CC between the Arden and the Tassie, and then Leica's there just to make it all happen a bit faster. The next team we're going to look at is going to be the Lucius and Rowan core. Now with this team, obviously Lucius, as I mentioned before, just a fantastic tank. These guys are both light bearers, so you can aim to get a faction bonus from them. But the thing about this is Rowan, you really want to leave in the back middle, because if he's in the middle, the potion stands that he puts out do have a range on them, and if he's in the middle, he can actually heal any position ally. If he's down the bottom, he can only hit the 2 above him, and if he's in the front row here, he's going to miss the top back allies. So that's why In general terms, you want to think Rowan sits in the back row middle as a general rule of thumb. So with this, when you have Lucius and Rowan, you can then basically fill it out however you like. If you have Shamira as your damage dealer, she can definitely go in the front row. If you have something like a Savius, he can go in the front row. And also if you have that Wukong, he's really good as well, and you can put him in the front row as well in that spot. Then for the filler spots, you can choose basically any of those other supports I mentioned. Forks is a really good one to put in here to get the Lightbearer faction bonus. If we go here, you can see for using heroes of the same faction, you are going to get a bonus. The great thing about Wukong is he's a Celestial, so he'll fill in for any faction. And then for that last spot, you can basically choose anything. You can choose the Leica, you can choose the Arden. I wouldn't use the Tassie as much because you already have Forks for that banish. But if you didn't have the Forks, you could go ahead and use the Leica and the Arden, or the Leica and the Tassie. You can basically just fill that team out. The main core behind it is that Rowan and Lucius with your damage dealer, and then you can mix around whatever support you want to use. The final team I'm going to look at is going to be the Muriel carry team. And now as we look at it, Muriel also really wants to be in the back row middle as well as Rowan. So in this team, you're actually going to put Rowan in the front row. Now Rowan is fairly squishy and he may die early, but he's just the best option in my opinion to put in that front row, because then at least he's going to be able to heal your other tank in the Lucius in this position. If I had Rowan in the top here, he wouldn't actually be able to heal the Lucius, and then Lucius would die faster as well. So in this team with Muriel as your main carry damage dealer, because her Phoenix doesn't just cover the whole screen, she has to be in the middle to effectively hit all enemies. Yeah, that's why we're going to put Rowan in the front row. He is a sacrificial lamb a lot of the time, but hey, his potions are still going to do what they need to do. Then for the last two spots where we have the Forks and the Leica, you can mix that up with any of those other supports once again, or any other support you have. I've only just named the key ones that I wanted to mention, but you can go ahead and do anything. I like the Leica with the Forks for this one. Forks because he gives a 4-piece faction bonus for the light bearers, and then Leica because that haste buff is always nice to get things off faster. Now let's go ahead and take this team into battle. This is the main team that I've been using on this account as I progress. I've been going with the Muriel carry. We have it on 1x speed just so we can actually demonstrate what's going on there. You can see the enemy, the tank at the bottom row, the Verdan got banished by my Forks, which is fantastic. We did lose the Rowan there, like I said we probably would. Then we get Muriel to do a big ultimate and deal some nice damage to the whole enemy team. Did about half of their health. We are going to have the little issue where this Verdan is going to turn into a bunch of bats and really just be untargetable. He's a very annoying enemy to fight against. But hopefully he doesn't kill my Muriel. And now we can go ahead and deal some nice damage to him. We get another Muriel ultimate there, which is going to do some really big damage with that Phoenix. Get the shields up again with the Lucius, and then there goes the Verdan. Like I said, that Rowan is a bit of a sacrificial lamb, but those potions are just so valuable with the way they heal that it is really going to help your team. The last thing that I wanted to mention is when you're putting your teams together, if you fail the first time, retry. RNG is a big thing in the game, so if you are failing the first time, it may have been that the wrong hero got hit with a CC. They might have got some bigger crits. You might have missed some crits. There's a lot of variables in the battle, so don't be afraid to retry. And once again, don't be afraid to go ahead and borrow a mercenary from a friend to help you get through certain stages where you may be stuck. So that's going to be it for early game heroes and teams. You can once again use any heroes you want. These were just the ones that I wanted to pick out and demonstrate. Let me know in the comments what heroes you guys are using. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.